So this will be a different kind of take on a pop talk. It'll be like a fan fiction theory thing because I haven't made a video in 2 days and YouTube algorithms and all that jazz. So, anyways, today this episode of Star Wars theory reminded me of this image because I've seen this before because a little back history of Star Wars and my movie collecting type thing. I only got started doing DVDs because Revenge of the Sith didn't come out on VHS. I'm serious. I didn't do VHS. I didn't do DVD because I didn't need to. I had Star Wars on them. I had the films. I had 4, 5, and 6, and 1 and 2, and then 3 came out, and there was no VHS, at least in America where I am. So I started doing DVDs, and I watched everything on the disc. All the special features, the movies, obviously. I watched the movies in different languages just because I was taking French at the time. So, I know I've seen this image before. I could have been one of the books. I have different art books for the movie. I don't have the one that he uses and references because it doesn't look like the ones I have. Mine have like a white cover, but it could just be a different cover or something. But anyways, in his video, he talks about like what scenes he thought it could be. So I figured instead of doing a comment of what I thought it would be, why not do a video? Because I haven't done one in a couple days. Because I'm not at work, I don't really do these type of things. There's little pop talks or anything. So let's show you how my version of this story would go. First off, where I think the scene would go would be here. It would be after this falls in the movie. Like, we're going to take the movie as the gospel for the fight, obviously, because you have to. But it would here, like when they crash into the lava, they would jump off and land on the side of the island, or the side of the island where the beast was. And they would fight the monster together. And at one point, Obi-Wan would get he would turn his back or something, and Anakin would shout out, "Master," and that would make Obi-Wan turn, and he would kill the creature. And while they're catching their breath, Anakin's eyes turn back from being the Sith yellow to the blue that they're supposed to be. And Obi-Wan comes walking over to him with his lightsaber deactivated. Anakin shakes his head, closes his eyes, reopens them to be yellow, or Sith yellow. "No, that name no longer has any meaning to me." Call back to not Revenge of the Jedi. To Return to the Jedi, Episode 6, when he says that to Luke. And that would cement into the people's minds, and to like the audience minds, obviously, because not Obi-Wan want to know about it for a long while, that Anakin and Darth Vader are two separate personalities. Like, if you've ever seen Split or Iron Fist Season 2 with Mary Walker, how they're two different people, Mary and Walker. And sometimes some split personalities, the one will know what the other one's doing. So it'd be like Vader knows what Anakin does, but Anakin does, and vice versa. But they just have no control over what they're doing. And, they go back to fighting. And how I see it to be something like what Ivan does in his little remake of The Last Jedi. Because how he attacks the guy in his scene reminds me of how Ahsoka fights, and since Anakin trains Ahsoka, obviously she would have learned that trick from him, or her fighting style from him, so that would show Anakin doing those fighting styles. And they'd fight. Ivan's obviously Anakin, and the other guy is Obi-Wan. And then right where they stop would be Anakin jumping from the platform, or Obi-Wan jumping, whichever one was going to jump. And they would land on the thing. And it would be back the way the movie was, with but instead of now them falling off the waterfall volcano, the one of them is on the perch, and Anakin lands on the little robot. And then you hold the whole thing about it's over, Anakin, or I have failed you, Anakin, I have failed you. And that whole thing goes down. And Anakin's little taunt of, this is the end for you, my master, would strike home more because now we know, now the audience would get in on the reference that Anakin and Darth Vader are two separate people. And Vader is literally haunting Obi-Wan, or taunting him by saying that you're not my master, you're his, and I'm going to make you watch me kill. I'm going to make him watch me kill you. And then, you know, they go back to the thing, and he still gets chopped in half. And I'd also add in the deleted scene line that they had, because a couple of videos back, I discovered that this is something I didn't know, so thank you, Star Wars Theory and them, that Anakin actually did ask for help from Obi-Wan, and he crashed onto the island, when he crashed onto the low ground, and I can't help you. With Obi-Wan was responsible to kept that part in along with this, because, you know, make it a lot more sadder, and then for like an episode of Rebels or something, put into the thing about Obi-Wan talking to Qui-Gon, and Qui-Gon tells him exactly what went on, and Anakin is like, oh, he was the chosen. How could you make me choose him? He's not the chosen one. Oh, he was and still is the chosen one. He just has two personalities, because, you know, the person who brings balance to the Force would have both a light and a dark side to them. And Anakin was the light, and Vader is the dark. And that would make Obi-Wan feel even worse, because Anakin did ask for help. It would flashback to that, him asking, Master, please help me, on the side of the lava. And it would flash back, and then we cut to, like, Obi-Wan fighting Darth Maul, and that scene ending. So, I hope you enjoyed this random pop talk. It's a weird kind of fan fiction type thing. It's kind of not thought out 100%, or edited properly, because I'm doing it on a phone instead of on a computer. Like, if this gets a couple views, like maybe, I don't know, 10, because that's half my subscribers. I have other ideas for fan fictions, that kind of stuff that I could put out there. It'd be edited kind of like this, but it'd be a little better quality, and the images would be better because I would be on a computer, obviously. But it'd be like my idea for like a clone hunter during the take place between 3 and 4, that kind of stuff. Well, may the Force be with you, and have a good one. I mentioned this in my first cut of this thing because I accidentally deleted it when I was editing it to crop out the Mobazone stuff and the width of the phone with just a blank, empty black space, and to make it fit YouTube. But I accidentally deleted it. But I forgot to mention this part in the recut of it, that in episode 7 they were going to show that the whole Anakin and Darth Vader are two separate entities thing. So that's where I got that thing from, was the episode 7 with the Force Ghost there's an Anakin Force Ghost and a Darth Vader Force Ghost. That, yeah, there are two separate people inside that one body, sharing that one soul, the two separate things of the mind.